יהי שם אדוני מבורך מעתה ועד עולם. אנחנו מתחילים, we are starting בעזרת השם Seder night. We're going to finish it בעזרת השם today. This is going to be a class hopefully summarizing everything that we need to know. So next Tuesday night, it's the night that we will check for Hametz. It's called Bedikat Hametz. We'll talk Bezrat Hashem. We'll do another class just before Passover 2020. This year, Taf Shin Pei, 5,780, to the creation of the world, the whole Jewish world for the first time. I think everyone doing it by themselves at home with their own family. For some it's exciting, for some it's sad. Just think about those that would have to stay by themselves. Single people, elderly people. So we all pray for them that and for ourselves that Be'ezrat Hashem, this plague will disappear from this world, will vanish. Be'ezrat Hashem. And I know for sure that we all of us will come out of it stronger. This is a great challenge for all of us, for the entire world. I'm going to discuss now, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll talk a little bit more about the Corona. I have very interesting words of Torah to share with you, but this is the second part. Now we're going to deal with Magid. We already discussed, you remember the order of the Seder. So it's Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas, Yachatz, Magid, Rachza, Motzi, Matzah, Maror, Korech, Shulchan, Orech, Tzafun, Barech, Halel, Niritza. So we did already Kadesh, Urchatz, Karpas, Yachatz. Now it's Magad. Yachatz is when we're breaking the matzot. By the way, talking about matzot, this year I've sent pictures and videos. We were able to do Yemenite style matzot. Some of you here that were in contact with me will enjoy these matzot. These matzot are for free. You can just place a donation for Marpeh V'Chesed, Ohev Israel, and that's it. Baruch Hashem, we had a great success. People came along and helped. Not too many. We tried to keep it clean and safe. So this Torah class is dedicated for all those who are sick, especially those who are sick with Corona. Even in the community of Dallas, we know a few people, some of you know, that already infected with coronavirus. Be'ezrat Hashem, we are wishing them all a speedy recovery. So we will talk about Magid. What is the part of the Magid? After we do the Hamotzi, remember that we eat from the Matzah. There's 4 parts during the Seder night that we are reclining on the left side. Okay? And when we do the Hamotzi, reclining, the 4 cups, the Afikoman, the Hamotzi, as we mentioned. Okay. So what is the part of Magid? Magid meaning is, in Hebrew, Magid meaning to say, to speak out, to talk. Magid is the part when we start to read the Haggadah, actually. In some community, the custom is to raise the ke'ara, the plate, with all the food that is ready in it. Remember, I showed you a picture of the Seder plate. Contained the 3 matzot, the eggs, the karpas, the charoset, and everything. You have to make sure you had there 7 items, the 3 matzot at the top, the shake bone, the egg, the maror, charoset, karpas, and chazeret at the bottom. Just make sure to lift it when nothing will drop, not the matzot, not the eggs, not the charoset. Some hold it through the entire Haggadah. It's not an easy task. Some, just for the very beginning. So we want the kids to ask, Abba, what's going on here? Lama, why, por qué? Every Shabbat we say Motzi, we don't do that. We don't lift any plates. So we tell them, and this is the mitzvah that we share with our kids. What do we share? We tell them we are doing it for the sake of mitzvah, to remember how this night is different from all the other nights. And we start to read from the Haggadah. Do it in a language you will understand. Okay? So if the purpose of this mitzvah is to advertise the mitzvah, I know I advertise it for my children. What would the other people, adults, would do? The mitzvah says, V'higadeta levincha. Share with your children. What if you do it with elderly family members? The mitzvah is to advertise among yourselves. What if you're all by yourself? Where is the V'higadeta? V'higadeta levincha. Where is to share? I'm sharing it with whom? So, the mitzvah is every year, not only this year. You share it with yourself. You say it out loud. You ask the question, Ma nishtana? Remember the song? Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot mikol halelot shebechol halelot, and so forth and so on. You ask yourself out loud, Hashem, Ma nishtana? What's the difference this night? How this night is different than all the other nights? And you answer that to yourself. Ask yourself and answer to yourself. I got a joke on WhatsApp saying, the first one that will ask, what's the difference for this night? I'm going to slap him in the face. What do you mean that's different? The corona is all over the world. There's no question. This year there's no question. What's the difference? Okay, so after breaking the middle matzah, you have an instructions. I can go, and I don't want to go through the very little details, but you will see, follow your Haggadah. If you don't have any, it's not too late to go ahead and find it on Google and print it out. Zoom is not permitted during the holiday. Not using any other devices. It's a holiday like Shabbat. Okay, so you can print it out. If you want me to help you out, you can send me the link of what that you find. I'll tell you if this is fit to our custom. Okay, so after breaking the middle matzah, you'll see their instructions and inserting the small section between the two whole matzot. The leader of the Seder, together with everyone else, should lift the entire Seder platter, including the matzot above the table. Okay? Some people have the custom to lift the broken middle matzah only, and not the rest of the platter. As I told, there's a lot of customs in minhagim. So the children now, by holding the holding it aloft, we recite the passage of Halachma Anya. We're talking about this bread. It's called Lechem Oni. It's the bread of the pure, bread of poverty. It's a bread that our forefathers had to bake really quick. Didn't have even time to let it rise, and have to leave. So this is all that we do to commemorate that Salvation Day, that special day. And then you follow what it says in Haggadah. You want to trick the kids, prepare candies, don't let them eat yet, okay? Prizes, give them points, promises, do everything in your power to make sure that they will be awake. Okay. So that's number one. After we sang the Ha-Lachmanya, it's the first part in the Haggadah, before we do the Ma Nishtana Alayla Hazeh, okay, we fill the cups with wine again. We had the first one when we do the Kiddush. The second one is being filled right now. Let someone else to pour wine for you. So if you by yourself. But if you're with someone, you pour for your wife or she pour for you. Anyways, you are like a king and act accordingly, meaning you sit comfortably and let someone else pour for you. Okay. As we said, there is no need to wash the cups each time, but it's recommended either to replace the disposable one or to clear it. Some disposable cups are good. You can wash them and bring them back to the table. The idea is that they will be washed from the previous wine. This is according to the Kabbalah. Okay? If you didn't do it, don't worry. It's still okay. It's still fine. Please note, especially I'm saying it this year, because all years before we could control it easily. What is it? The Haggadah must be recited at night, after dusk. As our sages taught in the text of the Haggadah itself, the Torah teaches for the sake of this, meaning that the mitzvah of relating the saga of the Exodus from Egypt is only when the matzah and maror are on the table in front of you. Just as the mitzvah to eat matzah and maror only at night, as our sages taught us in the Tosfot, in the Tosefta, the mitzvah of relating this saga can likewise be fulfilled only at night. So only at dusk, only when the stars comes out. As I told you before, I didn't do the schedule yet, but I assume it's going to be after 8:30, something like that. Not before. Why I'm saying it, this year everybody's at home. So they might be tempted to start earlier. Not a good idea. Follow the schedule. Make sure that you know what is and when is the starting point. Earlier to start, the better. Don't wait any longer. Okay? The result will be that you'll get tired and I have here something that okay. And then you might fall asleep without finishing the Haggadah. So what will be the case if someone couldn't get a matzah and maror? Couldn't get it. Is he exempt from the Haggadah? Okay. The answer is, if someone, even if someone has no matzah and maror with him, he is nevertheless obligated by the Torah to fulfill the mitzvah of relating the saga of the Exodus from Egypt. This is it's a mitzvah that stands by itself. It's not related to any other mitzvah. So, okay. I was asked the other day if women can participate in reading the Haggadah, because we don't see women participating in Torah reading on Shabbat. Now we're sitting in the Haggadah around the table, and woman wants to participate. Can we give the woman parts of the Haggadah to read and participate equally? More, less, not at all? Answer: men and women are both obligated in the mitzvah. So, if the woman cannot read by herself, she fulfills the mitzvah by listening to her husband. But they can participate, and I say they should participate like the men, take part. That's what I do, Bezrat Hashem, every year. I give the girls to read equal parts. Everybody take turns. Okay? It's a mitzvah to share with all the kids, all family. What about, God forbid, a blind person? He cannot see the Haggadah. He is obligated. And he should listen. Or, if he can say it by heart, he can say the parts that he knows by heart, no problem. Okay. Someone told me, what if I read with my eyes? Okay, we are still under the Magid. Read with your eyes without even moving the lips. Like, we drive and we see signs. We don't read the sign. We just read it with our eyes. We don't move our lips. This is different. Okay, if someone read the Haggadah without even mouthing the words, without saying, mouthing the words, he has not fulfilled the mitzvah of reciting the Haggadah. Remember, you must say it, verbalize it. Now, it's a mitzvah to share stories and commentary over the Haggadah with your family member, even with yourself, by reading it out loud. Not just to stick to the text. So there are very simple Haggadot out there, like the one I offered you to print out from Google. Most likely they won't have commentary. So I urge you to get Haggadot with commentary. Nowadays we have Haggadot in different languages, in English, Hebrew, Spanish, all of them with commentary. Make sure you're getting the right one. Now you can look at the screen. Can you put it please closer?
Maxwell House.
Okay.
Usually Tom Thumb gives these away.
Okay, they have commentary in them?
They have what? Yeah. A little bit. They have Hebrew, English, and then they have the what do you call it?
Okay.
Transliteration, and then they have explanation also.
Okay, so this is probably an Ashkenazi Haggadot. In case you can get regular Haggadot, it's called Edot HaMizrach.
Here's a Sephardic one.
Sephardic, okay, a good one. All right. So just use the commentary, share your own commentary with the family members, and this is the greatest mitzvah. Okay.
Torah commentary, it just has instructions.
Okay. It's better to go to, so if they give it away, just stop at Tam Tam and get it, so at least you have something.
They give them every year. Or if anybody can't find them, I have a whole bunch, so you can stop by and get some if you want.
Okay. Wonderful.
If you're not afraid.
Okay. Okay, we're going to skip the part when it falls on Shabbat. Some ask me, can we talk during the Haggadah about mundane things? It came up to my mind to make a comment about a sport event or some politics. The halacha says the following: it is forbidding to interrupt the reading of the Haggadah to discuss another subject, unless it is very important and cannot be delayed. Furthermore, it is proper to refrain from smoking cigarettes during the reciting of the Haggadah or during Hallel. So also those who have at home, back then, this is a very old halacha, I remember it, but many years ago, a law around the world prohibit people smoking in public. And people used to smoke inside the house. Now there's electronic cigarettes, and definitely you cannot use them on Yom Tov, so there's no question about them. It's not even a question. But no smoking, it's not appropriate behavior to smoke, and it's like you treat it lightly. You don't show respect. Right? This is one of the very special mitzvot that we have from the Torah that we follow, the mitzvah of Higadeta lebincha. Please note that when the leader of the house, the leader recites the words Dam, Va'esh, Vetimrot Ashan, which is blood, fire, and columns of smoke. The custom is for him is to spill out a bit of wine. So if I'll take a cup, you can look at the screen, and I have another container. This is vital, that no one will talk during this part of the Haggadah, because we are praising Hashem for pouring all this rage and punishment and curses over our enemies. So when we pour, we're saying Dam, Va'esh, Vetimrot Ashan, and then the whole 10 plagues. Okay? It goes in order. Dam, Tzfadea, Kinim, Arov, Dever, Shchin, Barad, Arbe, Makat Bechorot, Datzach, Hadash, Be'achav. Someone should take the cup. You can go to the toilet, you can go outside to, I don't know where, far away from the house. No one should talk till that person is coming back. Okay? That way, we are distancing all curses and punishment away from our home. This is one of, it's a great secret that I could share with you. Please don't talk. It's not time for jokes. Okay, any questions till now? All right. When we... Yes, go ahead. Question? If someone trying to ask a question, I can't hear anything. Unmute yourself so we can hear you. When we get to parts, when we're saying matzah or this matzah, you don't just point to this matzah, you lift this matzah. Okay? Someone asked me, can we eat during Haggadah? There are hard eggs out there. There is pieces of meat out there. The zeroah. So the zeroah we don't touch. The shakebone. The shank, right? But we are, some Sephardim, Yemenite, have a custom to eat. We already said the motzi. We already said beracha over the wine. So yes, you may eat. It's not recommended because there are parts that we have to eat. Matzah and maror, you have to dip in salt water. So if you really can't help it, take an egg, eat it. Hard egg, no problems. Okay? And the idea is that we will be happy at this time and do this part of the Haggadah with joy. Any comments? Okay, let's move on to Urchatz. After Magid come Rachza, not Urchatz, Rachza, washing. The rest of the Seder, after drinking the second cup of wine, please remember, we recline in every cup. If someone, by the way, can right now text that we're in the middle of class, so I'll see, because I see here only that we are only how many participants? I don't know. I can't tell, but I think we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think that will be 7. Anyways, you can write a comment, if someone can write a comment, that we, in the middle of class, they can join us. Rachza, remember this part, we are washing our hand and saying a beracha for netilat yadayim. So after doing that, this is just started. When I mention eating matzah, not matzah, I'm sorry, egg and meat, is right after this part. When you wash your hand, after you're already washed, if you're already washed and ate from the matzot, you can eat here and there. Not recommended. This time we are washing, and it's a second time. Remember the first time we washed without blessing, because we just dipped the karpas. This time we are washing with the beracha on netilat yadayim, like we do regularly all the time before we eat bread. And then I'm going to read that, but just follow the instructions you have on your Haggadot. Basically, you take the matzot, you break some of them. Just follow the instructions. I don't want to waste time on that. It's very easy to follow. Now, it's important that we'll know what is the minimum amount to eat. Some says, I'm full, I'm not sure I can have matzah too much. You have to push yourself and eat the minimum amount at least, which is around 28 grams. Okay? If you can imagine half an egg or a small matchbox, okay, this is more or less the amount. If you didn't measure, what some people do, they measure the matzot. By the way, the matzot that we did, I urge you to measure them. We try to have them around 200 grams. 200 grams each matzah. Okay? So you have there around 6.5, no, more than that, I'm sorry. The minimum amount. You have more than that. Okay, you do your math. So if you take the matzah, the whole matzah that we made, just half of it is 100 grams. Quarter, it's 50. And cut this quarter to half, you're already in 25 grams. So it'll give you an idea of how much you have to eat. It's easier, way better, to eat the matzah that we made, the soft matzah. So, this is the minimum amount, 27 grams. And to be on the safe side, just eat 30 grams. Remember, you have to eat it within 7 minutes. You can't just take one bite, leave it, schmooze, talk. No, recline and try to eat it at least within 4 minutes. Our matzah, soft matzah, is easy. You'll be able to finish it in 2 minutes. Okay? It's soft. You can swallow it, chew it. Take your time. 4 minutes. It's pretty long time to chew 30 grams. Can we weight the matzot? I don't have an electronic. I want to use regular scale. The halacha says yes, of course, because it's for the sake of the mitzvah. It is permissible to weigh or measure the matzah or maror on Yom Tov to determine whether or not it is kazait. It is the minimum amount. 27 grams. Go for 30. It's easy number to remember. Since it is for the sake of the mitzvah. Not any other device, even if it's battery operated, it's not permitted. Okay? I heard that there is I saw it actually. The halacha, some rabbis in Israel permitted using Zoom on Yom Tov due to the corona virus COVID-19 crisis, to help out elderly people, lonely people. This is not permitted. This is definitely breaking the Yom Tov. And those rabbis are a minority. It's only a few of them, but we are not following it at all. Believe me, I got an offer from someone to do, actually he sent it to me. I didn't know about it. He sent it to me and then I started investigating. He offered me to do something like that with Zoom that I will lead, and he can bring out hundreds of people, no less than that. We did one event together not long ago, and I told him immediately that this is not something that we can do, even if he's offering a great sum of compensation for my time. We don't break the halacha for that. Okay? Some has a custom to eat 2 kazait at once. Some portion that it's necessary to eat 2 portions of matzah, each one being kazait at one time. You may eat 2 kazait, especially the head of the household, but doesn't have to be at once. Take your time. It's around 6 to 7.5 minutes. Okay? We don't rush anywhere. It's not a competition. We don't want anyone to get hurt. So remember, it has to be under dusk as well. All mitzvot must be fulfilled with awareness that we are fulfilling it for the sake of a mitzvah, not for the sake of eating or fun time with our family. No, for the sake of the mitzvah. This is how you gain a full mitzvah for a Passover. Okay? Does anybody know what time is it now? I don't have a clock here.
8:19, Rob.
8:19. Okay. Let me do really quick. 11 more minutes. Please just give me a sign at 8:30. Any questions about the matzah? So we know how much. You got to chew it. And don't forget to do the Birkat HaIlanot, by the way. I got the chance to do it on Rosh Chodesh. There are trees in front of Mr. Turjuman, Ofer Turjuman's house. It's in the front, and he says everybody can come anytime they want. You can do this mitzvah during the night or during the day, no problem. You may use flashlight if needed. What if someone doesn't eat, today it's popular, wheat matzah? Okay, the ingredient is not healthy for him. So you can use any other ingredients from the 5 ingredients that we mentioned the other day. The spout, it's called the kusmin. The 5 grains that are listed in the Mishnah. The oat. Okay, so we have 2 people here in our community that we make one of the matzot for them from that material because they don't eat this kind of matzah. Okay, I think we conclude. Any questions? Let's move on to the next one. Maror. After eating the matzah, each person takes kazait of maror. The common custom is to dip some of it in the charoset, and that is sufficient. It's dry. Don't want to give it some taste. Nonetheless, the charoset is sweet. You may do it. If someone follows the stringency of dipping all the maror into charoset, he will receive a special blessing from heaven. In any case, one should dip it only momentarily and not long enough to neutralize the natural bitterness of the vegetable's flavor, because that's the whole idea. Maror in Hebrew means bitter. Mar in Hebrew means bitter. For the same reason, it is necessary to shake the excess haroset off the maror before eating it. Remember, you have to have in mind that you're doing it for the sake of the mitzvah. Follow the instructions in your Haggadot. We can fulfill the mitzvah of maror by eating either the leaves of the lettuce or the stalks in those areas where the leaves are heavily infested with tiny insects that can be located and removed only through tedious and lengthy inspection. It is recommended to use only the white stalks. Okay? In America, I noticed that the lettuce leaves are pretty clean, but yet make efforts to clean and wash them and check each and every leaf. Okay, there's no point to do one hand mitzvah and the other hand to eat insects. God forbid. Any questions? Okay, the charoset, the custom of Iraqi Jews is to make charoset from dates. The dates are mashed and then boiled and filtered through a cloth. Then they are set in a pot over a small fire until its thickness into a honey-like consistency. Then ground walnuts and almonds are mixed into the liquid. This is well-established customs. I'm sure you have different recipes for charoset. Use the one that you like or try a new one this year. Again, if for someone that has health issues from eating certain foods, you should avoid eating that. Korech, it's another very important part, and this is, you see that you will see if you have a soft matzah how easy it is to do it. It's called korech. After eating the maror, the leader of the Seder must take kazait from the third, which is the 30 grams, okay, bottom matzah, and combine it with a kazait of maror, same amount, dip the maror into charoset, and declare the passage off. This is a reminder of the Beit HaMikdash, etc., etc. Okay, the korech sandwich is then eaten while reclining. Remember not to talk about mundane things. I think I'll stop here for today. I will just tell you that the next part is Shulchan Orech. This is the part that everybody likes. It's called Shulchan Orech. After eating the korech sandwich, the table should be set for a festival meal, and everyone should eat the foods he enjoys in honor of these exalted occasions. It is praiseworthy to eat the entire meal while reclining. Okay, so don't force yourself if you have soup and now you're going to spill it on you. Play it in a way that will be comfortable for you. That's the idea. I'm sorry. Any questions? Okay, so I'm going to put the sign here for next time. And please remain with me. I'm just switching it on Facebook. So anyways, on behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to wish everyone safe and healthy year and Passover. See you momentarily with our second class.